Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Silver Surge Sports Enthusiast Pop Culture channel. I am once again your host, Silver Surge. Tonight's episode will be featuring a little Ohio twist again, like I have in another episode, but this one will be a special tribute again to another one of my family members. This will be Logan Smith, who I'm going to be giving this special video for. The reason I'm doing so is he was out last weekend visiting us. He made his first ever trip out to Phoenix officially visiting us, sorry, and he was overjoyed to get his chance to come out and see everybody, and we were delighted to be his hosts for the weekend, and we got to show him around Phoenix, give him, a lot to kind of take in as far as the sights, and we took him to a Diamondbacks game, we took him to Cave Creek, Old Town Cave Creek, and he got tons of pictures of scenery and saguaro cacti, and it was phenomenal experience. We even got to go up to Sedona for the day, and the weather was beautiful. It was breezy and clear, and he just had a ball up there. And it was so much fun to spend the weekend with Logan out here in my own backyard, because every time I've only seen him, it's been out in Ohio, and so we've had to come to him. So it was really cool to have him come out and visit us for the week. So that was cool. So anyway, this video is a tribute to him, and all the items I will be sharing will be kind of highlighting Ohio a little bit. So without further ado, and to end my rambling, I'll get right into it. So, most of these items I got from the Tiffin Flea Market, which was in Tiffin, Ohio last summer when we were visiting. So, I'll start off with the first one, which is probably my favorite of the bunch. Ohio State Buckeyes miniature, I think it's a Riddell, no, it's Shoot, authentic miniature replica helmet. I got it at the flea market for like 20-something dollars, and it's a really cool mini helmet of the Ohio State Buckeyes. It came with Buckeye sticker decals, and I waited till Logan actually came out to visit to actually put the Buckeyes on the helmet, just because I wanted it to stand out and be kind of special. But overall it's a really cool piece, and if you're a fan of the Ohio State like I am, you would love this piece, and it was a phenomenal find. I love displaying it on my dresser, where all my other Ohio State and Ohio sports themed items are. So I think that's a really cool item to have, and I'm stoked to display that. So the next piece I have is a Cleveland Indians baseball, which again I got at the Tiffin Flea Market. It's a McDonald's themed World Series ball from the 1995 World Series that Cleveland played the Atlanta Braves. Unfortunately, they did not win that World Series, nor did they win the one a couple years ago against the Chicago Cubs. But you can't really be mad, because the Cubs haven't been, well, I wouldn't say been, but they haven't won the World Series in 108 years up until that game a couple years ago. So although I was technically rooting for the Indians, I was still happy for the Cubs too. But I do want to see the Indians win a World Series soon, along with my Diamondbacks, because they are pretty much my adopted second favorite team due to family out there. So it's really cool to have this baseball. It kind of commemorates, like I said, their World Series run from '95, not the recent one in '16, but this one. And it's a nice little keepsake to have. So I enjoy having that piece around, as well as my other items, of course. But it's pretty cool it's pretty cool what you'll find at a flea market. You never know what you'll run into. So the next piece I have, actually pieces, are a couple of bobbleheads, which comes as no surprise, since 90% of my stuff is bobbleheads that I post on here. Anyway, this is a Travis Hafner and a Kerry Wood bobblehead. These I got for a steal, because the seller wanted like $14 a piece for them, I think, and he was selling them separately. And I told him, I said, what would you say to me buying both as a package for 20 bucks? And he said, well, I think I can let it go for 20 bucks. So that was a pretty cool deal that I ended up snagging these two from. Now, obviously, neither of these guys play for the Indians anymore, but it's still pretty cool to have my first set of sports pro bobbleheads that aren't in Arizona team, like the Cardinals or the D-backs or Suns, So I have these Indians bobbleheads, and you have the Chief Wahoo logo on the side, which I'm actually happy these are on there, because unfortunately Chief Wahoo is being removed from the Cleveland Indians uniform because a bunch of progressive Democratic activists thought Chief Wahoo is supposedly racist to Indians, and I think that's ridiculous, because Chief Wahoo's been their logo for well over 3-4 decades, and no one said diddly squat about it until recently. So I think that's stupid. I think it's a waste of taxpayer money to even turn that into a case in the first place. And it's the same argument that's been used against the Washington Redskins in the NFL and the Chicago Blackhawks in hockey. Neither name or logo has been changed nor altered, and everyone says it's offensive to Indians, yet you ask the Indian communities, and 90% of them say they don't give a crap. So I think that's stupid. It's a little ridiculous, and I will always relate the Indians with the Chief Wahoo logo, no matter what anyone says. But sadly, they are going now to the Cleveland C instead of the Chief Wahoo logo. So I'm glad I stumbled upon those two baubles, and I get to keep them. And then I should be getting a new, a new Indians hat pretty shortly soon. So that'll kind of commemorate that. And then the next piece I have is a Ohio State piece, along with the helmet I had earlier. This is Cardell Jones, the hero from the 2014 National Championship game when they defeated the Oregon Ducks. Go Bucks! Yep. I'm a Pac-12 fan too, but in this case, I will always root for Ohio State over Oregon. So, sorry, F the Quack. And I was really excited to watch that game down. It was in Arlington. I didn't watch it in Arlington, but I watched it on TV as it was in Arlington, Texas. And the Bucks got their first national championship in God knows how long. I think it's been like '03 or something. And it was really satisfying to see how they got there too, because they ended up beating down Michigan State in I think the Big Ten championship, and then they beat Alabama, of course, of all teams, to tie in the semifinal in the Sugar Bowl, and then they beat the Ducks in the big one. So this bobblehead has the I think the Sugar Bowl ring from when they beat Bama, and then it's got the 2014, 2015 national championship emblem on the side here, and then it's got the championship patch on Cardell's uniform, as well as he's got his Buckeyes helmet right here. So I actually had two bobbles like this. I had a Joey Bosa bobblehead too, but I ended up giving that to Logan as a special gift when he came out last weekend, because it's funny because I ended up buying a Joey Bosa bobble because I couldn't find Cardell Jones initially online, and then I eventually found Cardell, so I ended up having two. But Logan's a humongous fan of Joey Bosa. He's got like a man crush on Joey Bosa, and for two reasons. One, he's one of his favorite defenders who's ever been on Ohio State, and two, of course, Joey got drafted by his favorite NFL team, the LA Chargers. So it was kind of a double whammy for Logan, and he was super excited about that. So I felt like it would be more to Logan than to have Bosa just sitting on my dresser. And he was a little resilient at first because it's my thing and he didn't want to take it from me, but I forced him to have it, and I know that he really appreciated it. So, and he got a lot of stuff too. I was here while he was at the Diamondbacks game. He walked away with a cup, and I hooked him up with a couple of bobbleheads, and he got a game program. He bought a baseball, and then I bought him a new D-backs hat too. So he had plenty of Arizona D-backs sports stuff to take with him, and he got some Ohio State stuff at this little sports shop I took him to. So it was a really great experience for Logan. He made out like a bandit as far as stuff is concerned. So yeah, that was really cool. And then the last two items I got from Tiffin, Ohio. I didn't get either of these personally. My mom actually picked them up a couple of years ago. She was in Tiffin one summer with my dad when I had to stay here watching the animals, and she went to this place called the Ohio State store. It's not the official team store. It's this shop in Tiffin that sells Ohio State merchandise specifically. And she got me this really cool Buckeyes shot glass, and you can see it's got the Brutus logo in the interior, so you can see it. Yeah, there you go. So it's got Brutus on the interior, and then it's got the shoe kind of on the inner walls of the cup, so or the glass. So it's really awesome. It's a unique shot glass for sure, and I'm tempted to drink out of it, but I'm hesitant just because of how cool it is, and I don't want anything to stain the picture inside the shot glass. So I don't know. I might do it. I might not. I haven't decided, but. And then my very last item is a Ohio State keychain. It's OSU, and then it's got a Buckeye nut that they grow those in Ohio. So I think that's really cool to have that keychain and hang it on my wall with all my other Ohio State stuff. I have more stuff to share, but I'll save that for another video. So this pretty much concludes all of my stuff. To recap, I got the two Cleveland Indian bobbleheads. I got Hafner and Kerry Wood. I got the Cardell Jones National Championship bobblehead right here. And then I got the Cleveland Indians baseball from the World Series in '95. I've got the Ohio State Buckeyes miniature replica helmet, and then I got the keychain. So all that stuff is a really nice bundle of Ohio keepsakes, and it just kind of reminds me of my family, really, and how I'm actually, believe it or not, making a huge life decision jump. I'm planning on transitioning soon, moving out of Arizona. I've been here for 25, going on 26 years, and I will be moving to Ohio next year, probably as early as January, if everything goes accordingly. But we'll see how that works out. But I am officially going to move because I have nothing keeping me here. I have nothing tying me down, and I'm really excited, honestly, to get out there. So we'll see how that works. But I'm stoked to be closer to my family first of all and foremost. It's really special to me. My family means the most to me. They're the number one thing that drives me every day. And you know, shout out to everybody back home. You know, Olivia, Logan, Les, Abby, Doug, all of you, Steve. I love all of you guys, and I really am I'm so excited to get out there, and that's literally what keeps me going every day. Like I said just a minute ago, it's really exciting to be making this life change. It's really scary too because I've never been on my own, but I'm pretty jacked about it. So anyway, enough of my life story. That concludes this video. It's over 11 minutes, so sorry I didn't mean to get on a personal level there. But anyway, Logan, I hope you enjoyed the video. Everybody else, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to like and subscribe my channel if you enjoyed this presentation today. It's the bottom of this video right here. Otherwise, you guys have a great rest of your evening. God bless. Take care. Sleep well, and I will see you next time.